Hello and welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your soulmate read. For January 2021, though, it is timeless. Whenever you're watching it is when you are supposed to watch it. That's how this works here in the world of YouTube. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons male for short, professional edge, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me now. Hi. Hey, my gems, you are as ever not just outrageous, not just truly outrageous, but truly outrageous. Welcome back. Everybody, if you're new to my channel, you know the deal. You like it, hit like. You want more, subscribe, and feel free to comment and share and all that jazz, because I am really kind of over having to say that every single time. You know what I mean, gems? Woo, just robotic, right? So let's get down to business, shall we? It's really my honor and my pleasure to be doing these readings. These soulmate readings do have an extended version on Vimeo.com. The link is really the first link in the description box. We're only doing 13 cards in this soulmate contract spread. We'll get there in a minute. In the extended reading, I'm using all of those back there. So if you are interested, and by the end of this, you should have an idea of whether or not this is your reading, right? It is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? Check your other signs. Like I said, we're only doing 13 cards, a nice foundation in terms of the current state of a particular type of soul contract, a soulmate contract, different than a twin flame. And there are links in the description box explaining the difference. So you might want to check those out at some point, because they're not the same thing. They're both soul contracts, but the bottom line of each is different. So we are looking at a soulmate contract where essentially you're helping each other heal. Soulmate contracts are not all sexual romantic, but these readings are for the sexual romantic ones, because let's face it, those are the hardest ones, right? It's like family, you work things out or you don't, but the lovers, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's been century after century of reincarnation to finally be at the place where we are now, where we can really come together in these soulmate partnerships, the romantic kind, helping each other heal, and as a result, helping to heal the world. It's just how it works. Quantum entanglement, unity consciousness, whatever you want to call it, the quantum field. We're looking at the contract between you and another soul. We're going to look at it as a contract, party number one, party number two. Party number one we're going to call divine feminine. I would prefer to call it divine yin, because I have more of a Taoist background in that way, but Jungian is fine. I'll go Jungian. Divine feminine, divine masculine never has anything to do with bodily gender on my channel, at least, right? So you're going to have to kind of figure out which one you are, but remember, in soulmate contracts, excuse me, there can be some mirroring going on. Oh, by the way, say hello, Diana. Hello, Diana. Yeah, she's literally got my back. Yeah, so we'll be using 3 Caroline Myss archetype decks. We're going to be clarifying with 2 different tarot decks. So the best any of us can do, excuse me, a little something stuck in the back of my throat. Stay in the present moment, focus on your breath, air sign that you are, and really feel what's going on in your energy field as the reading goes, and we'll take it from there. I think that's about enough. All the decks that I read are at the bottom of the description box if you would like to check them out. Links to get more info about them. Give credit where credit is due. I'm done with that. Let's breathe. Because I've had a lovely evening, lovely morning. And I'm ready for this. Please, there we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of soulmate contracts, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please, I need 3 cards. Count them, 3 for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. There you are. 1 for the divine feminine, please. What is the dominant archetype going on in the divine feminine for this soulmate contract, timeless, 2021 or timeless, whenever they catch it? For the divine masculine, please, the dominant archetype. So we got her, we got him. Again, please pardon the pronouns. I just need to keep it straight in my head that way, so to speak. And 1 for the overall contract, what the energy between them, what is the story going on there, the state of contract. For this divine feminine and this divine masculine and this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, soul-mate contract. And even though that was the 3rd card down, that will be the last card we turn over here in YouTube land. All right. So these cards can be triggery. They have both shadow aspects and light aspects listed on them. The idea is that you are trying to heal the stuff in the shadow, bringing it into the light. Lead to gold, toxic to healthy, however you want to play that out language-wise. Oh, holy crap. Okay. And because what a soulmate contract does is one of you heals, the other one heals as well. It is a quantum entanglement, right? So, whether you know each other or not, right? Whether you've met each other or not, that's going to happen in a soulmate contract. You've got the divine feminine guide and the divine masculine god. Holy crap. This is a spiritual, people say it's a spiritual connection. All connections are spiritual connections. But this is like the divine / wisdom family and the masculine family of archetypes. So you literally have got the guide and the god. These two could do such amazing things together in the world. Like you're looking at a power couple here already, at least in terms of the archetypes they're dealing with for this month or whenever you're watching this. The shadow attribute of the guide archetype. Shadow is the stuff you don't want to look at, or if you do know about it, you don't want anybody to know, right, about it, stuff you keep back there. The shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Me as a spiritual guide and a reader and a teacher and an intuitive and all that stuff, that has been a constant challenge, right? To not dumb stuff down either, right? It's like places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. It's something we have to go through, right? There's so many stories, and I won't wait till they're in print. Light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in itself. So you can see why it's a divine family archetype, but it's also the wisdom family in terms of imparting wisdom, right? So we're talking about a divine feminine energy here, in a divine feminine dynamic, that in that light is like in the highs, it's like, I know I am in one with everything, and everything that's happening is happening to guide me. It's the nature of life itself, right? Everything's happening for me instead of to me. I mean, it's an evolved place. So everyone's, if you have this archetype in your life, lifelong, it's an ongoing thing. But I also, now here it comes, that this divine feminine is getting real intuitive guidance, real guidance from the divine, and we'll see where she's standing with that when we clarify. The God archetype. Now, God is gender neutral to me in terms of the ultimate divinity of all that is, God, goddess, all that is, whatever you want to call it. This is the masculine family archetype. So think of men that you think of as gods. And which gods, right? Now I'm using men because it's just masculine family, it's easier. This gender can go either way. It can be 2 men, 2 women, either side doesn't matter. So before I read the attribute, I want you to think of like those gorgeous male celebrities and models that are just like, you look at them and you're like, they strike awe. Right? It's like he's such a god, right? The shadow attribute, though, despotism and cruelty. Using power to control people, right? The light attribute, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And do you see the connection in the light here? Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. This is amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing what that third card is. What's the name of the contract for this month? Let's start clarifying. We're going to take 5 Daughters of the Moon Tarot, Fire, Earth, Air, Water, Spirit, to check out the Divine Feminine Guide. 5 Mythic Tarots, same thing for the Divine Masculine. I'm going to have to keep teaching myself to say the Divine Feminine with the Guide archetype and the Divine Masculine with the God archetype, instead of calling them the Divine Feminine Guide and the Divine Masculine God, because that's a bit much. Breathe. My beloved goddesses of air and the sign of Gemini, please, I need 5 cards for this divine feminine who is represented by the guide archetype here in this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract January 2021. Or timeless, please. What's her element of fire? What is it she most desires in this contract? Her element of earth, what does she have? The fuel that feeds the fire, that helps her eventually get what she desires in this contract. Element of air, what is she thinking? Ooh, that's fun. Element of water, what is she feeling predominantly about this soulmate contract? And the power of Spirit? What is the voice of the soul that agreed to the contract prior to incarnation? We're just going to do the same for the divine masculine, and then we will flip them over both elements, both sides at the same time. So it really is party number one, party number two, with a center lane that will be really developed in the extended, right? Breathe. My God's there on the side of Gemini, please. 1 card, 5 cards in clarity element spread. There you are for the divine masculine with the God archetype in this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, January 2021, or timeless, please. What is his element of fire? What does he most desire in this contract? Element of earth. I'll take that one. What he has to fuel the fire. What is he predominantly thinking, please? His element of air. What is he predominantly feeling? His element of, no, it was this one. And the element of water. Okay, thank you. And the element of spirit. What is the point of view or the voice of the soul that agreed to the contract in the first place prior to incarnation? Okay, here we go. Ready? Element of fire. What do they yearn for, burn for, desire in this contract? Well, you got fire and water, but it's not a bad fire and water at all. Ace of flames, Ace of wands. This is somebody who definitely wants a new beginning here. So we're looking at this divine feminine with the guide archetype, really getting that I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Now again, this might be wants a new beginning in a soulmate contract, right? This could mean all sorts of different things. That's why we're going to keep clarifying. But he's got the Queen of Cups in his desire. Now, this is the Scorpio card. I love the Mythic Tarot and the Daughters of the Moon Tarot because they really make it obvious which zodiac sign it is. There's none of that Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That is Scorpio. So if this divine feminine is a Scorpio or has any planets that way, or then he wants her. But it's a general read. So the other thing I'm getting here is what they want is the deeper emotional sexual experience here. Perhaps something more intuitive, because it's a God archetype, right? So it really is that benevolence and that compassion, but that doesn't mean it can't be sexual. Sexual compassion is pretty awesome, but people have trouble putting them together depending on what's going on in their second chakra, right? That your chakras aren't separate. It's like a rainbow. You can't cut up the rainbow. It's all one thing expressed as different things, right? No, this feels lovely. This feels like this one wants either a new beginning, right? It's Ace of Wands, if you will, and he wants that deeper emotional, and it does without feeling necessarily erotic. It just feels like, yeah, I want that deeper experience. Money, sex, and power, 8th house stuff, right? Other people's resources. Element of earth, what they got. Okay, we've got our first major arcana card on the table. Oh, this is so cute. She's got the card of justice. The justice card, major arcana card of justice. What she has, right? The element of earth, what she has is a sense of fairness and balance and ethics and understanding the laws, and a spiritual guide would. It might also be that right now she's in a place where she's balancing things out in her life, looking at her boundaries, looking at the how give and take, masculine and feminine, are balancing out within her own experience, and can bring this fairness is bringing fairness to this contract. He's got the Page of Wands. He's got the ability to connect, and very well might. I feel like this is the one who's going to reach out. Of course, the divine masculine is going to take bust a move, right? But it's a page. It's immature, but remember, an acorn is an immature oak tree, right? You got to give it time. But really nice balance of fire and water there in terms of court cards. To me, the pages don't have zodiacal reference. They are messages and or messengers. So it feels like they both kind of have that fire energy here in their fire and earth, right? She's got fire in earth. He's got fire in fire. She's got fire in fire. Oh, this is hard. He's got fire in earth. I like this. What are they thinking? Another major arcana card. She is seeing this differently. She is in this card called reversal, but obviously the hanged man, the hanged woman in this case, but it's just called reversal. This feels like her mind. She's really seeing things in a different way. If you want to know really the original image, for me at least, of the hanged man is Odin plucking out an eye and hanging upside down on Yggdrasil, right? The world tree. It was a thing before Marvel Comics, friends. You know that, right? And got the runes, right? Had visions, was given all of these gifts as a result of his sacrifice. So there is this is a major thing. It's a major arcana card for this divine feminine guide. Really, I want to see what's going on in the element of water next, because he's thinking about 3 cups. He's thinking about her. This guy, it's been an interesting theme. This is only the 3rd reading of these series, obviously, Gemini, but it seems like the masculines have really had, like, really love and really want the divine feminines, right? This one feels like can take action, though. At least has the ability to, whether he does or not, right? But 3 of Cups, emotional bond, at least is thinking about her. To me, the 3 of Cups, like, to me, the 2 of Cups is really attraction. 3 of Cups is, you want to stay the night? You know, it's one of that snuggly, canoodly kind of dealio, right? I gotta see. I can't wait. What's the element of water? The Lovers card. She's got the Lovers. Well, he's got the 4 of Cups. Okay. Look, the Lovers card, major life-changing decision. Come on. She's got 3 out of 4 cards major arcana so far. This is a powerhouse divine feminine. She may not look it. She may conceal it, right? Geminis, if this is not the Gemini, right? Because Geminis, they can toggle back and forth. I love you all, but skitsy, I love you. Major emotional decision being made for her. I feel like with that Ace of Wands, though, she wants this. She wants this, and it is backed by quite a lot of spiritual power. He's got the 4 of Cups. I feel like emotionally, because these two must not be together. And like I really feel like they may know each other. I mean, there's just a little too much major arcana here for them to not know each other in my personal experience. Again, general read, take what resonates. 4 of Cups might feel a little dissatisfied emotionally at the speed at which this is going. Now, 4 of Cups is not a horrible card, right? It's really, the 4s are about rest, right? You know, meditation in the 4 of Swords, right? That you know what I mean. If you know tarot, you know what I mean. This doesn't have a horrible feeling to it, although I am crossing my solar plexus, aren't I? And my legs are crossed. It is that thing of, like, he's waiting. Like, emotionally, he's waiting and he's resting. I feel like he's preparing himself. And of course, he wants the Queen of Swords. So there is depth here. Wants that depth. I mean, 4 of Cups isn't necessarily a therapeutic card in terms of counseling or something like that. But it is that thing of that stabilization, which can then become what? Boring. And that's what you see a lot of times in the 4 of Cups in traditional tarot, right? The guy's just like, take that 4th cup away, even though it's being handed to them, right? So it's probably some emotional rest going on here. Now remember, this is a God archetype we're talking about here. Recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Might be saying, it's like, all right, so I'm just going to chill. Like, I feel chill about this. This is fine the way it is right now, but it is going to evolve, right? It's going to evolve, and it's obvious. All right. I mean, she's got the Lovers in her emotional field, and she, oh my God, the voice of the soul. She's got the Dreamer, the Fool in this deck. Her soul is saying, take the fucking leap, kid. Take the leap. Take the leap. What's his soul saying? Ace of Cups, Aphrodite, offer love. I mean, this is one of those readings that I say read themselves. It's literally on the table. All the cards now at this point are on the table. So I will do an overview in a minute, but let's look at this 13th card. So what is the name of this relationship, right? This happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. It's a prostitute contract. No, don't freak. The prostitute archetype is one of the 4 survival archetypes. Everybody has them because we all have to learn how to survive. Different than the healing family of archetypes, there are different types of healers, but everybody, they are the trunk of the archetypal tree that all the other archetypes are fed by, right? Because you have to survive. The victim, the child, the victim, the saboteur, and the prostitute. Read Sacred Contracts. At least Google it so you don't freak out when I do these readings or if anybody else is using these cards. Now, the shadow of the prostitute, by the way, the prostitute archetype is a very small percentage has to do with sex. I mean, that's part of it. It's just not all of it. The shadow attribute places material considerations and security above self-empowerment, which says to me if these two have danced together before, that the limitations were survival-based, right? Could have been financial, could have been about material gain, material considerations above saying, hey, I love you, and I'm terrified, but I love you, right? That authenticity. The light attribute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. And that's what this is for both of them. Look, I'm not going to come right out and say this is a true love reading. Those cards ain't on the table. But I will say a God archetype, the guide archetype, right? Justice, Hanged Man, Lovers, Fool. Hello, right? We've got Aphrodite, 3 of Cups. There's a lot of water on the masculine side of this, which is relatively rare. Whatever's going on here, this is a contract that has huge potential to not just help each other heal, but help everybody heal. So just go through this again. What do they want? She wants a new beginning. Ace of Flames. Hello, Frisco. He wants that Queen of Cups, that Scorpio depth and emotional connection. He's thinking about it too. 3 of Cups. We'll get there. She's bringing justice to the table. He's bringing passionate messages. This could be sexting. Really next to the Scorpio card, probably. What are the chances it's not? In terms of what she's thinking, she's really seeing this differently. You can say that this has turned her world upside down. It's like, and wow, wasn't 2020 like exactly that? Turned everything fucking upside down and shook us hard. He's thinking about the 3 of Cups. He wants more of her. He wants more of her. He wants more emotional, more juice. He wants the juice. No reason to juice. What is she feeling? The Lovers and a big life-changing decision. Always the Lovers card is about more than a choice. It's a decision that changes everything. And sometimes our choices end up being decisions. We don't see that, and vice versa. We think it's a great big decision and it's really not. 4 of Cups, he might be a little bored. I really feel that. He's a little bored, not in the contract, obviously. But he's waiting, and not that 3 of Flames kind of waiting, the emotional, like, you know, when you're really attracted to somebody and the tide is high, but you're going on and they're going to be your number one. Thank you, Debbie Harry, wherever you are. Blessed be. I hope she just got a chill. I hope she got a little douche chill. Blessed be, Debbie Harry. The goddess of Blondie. You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, it's in here. Just gonna sit with it. Just gonna doing the bull dance, feeling the flow. You know what I mean? And then really, this is everything. Her soul is saying, the voice of the soul is saying, honey, new beginning. All major arcana cards except for one, and the one that's not is saying new beginning. Take the leap. Ace of Cups, offer the cup. Make the message. Tell her how you feel. And that's what I see for you. Holy crap. This is going to be some extended reading. So may the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract January 2021, or timeless, that they may together heal, together grow, together evolve, together become the best that they can be individually, whether they're together or not, so that they may fulfill their roles in their individual divine plans and complete this contract through the quantum entanglement of a soulmate, and as a result contribute to the healing, the love, the wisdom, and the power of all sentient beings for the well-being of all. So motivate. And so it is. It's a worthy blessing, but you're a Gemini. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you like it, like it. If you don't, that's fine. If you want to subscribe, great. If you don't care anymore. I can't do it anymore. It's driving me nuts. Numbers, numbers, numbers. I'm verbal. So wishing you all the very, very best, the very, very blessed. Jump over to the extended if you want. The link's down there. Otherwise, wishing you all, again, just, this is so wonderful. May it be all that you need. And may what you need also be what you want. So, for the well-being of all. Hail, farewell, I love you, and blessed, blessed be.